All right, let's dive in. First, you need to identify the leaking fluid by examining its color, consistency, and where it's located. Now, engine oil, for instance, will appear anywhere from amber to black and has a honey-like viscosity. You'll typically find it pooling under the engine, with common sources being the valve cover or oil pan. Coolant, on the other hand, can be green, yellow, or pink. It has a slimy texture and a sweet smell, usually leaking near the radiator or engine block. Then there's transmission fluid, which is red or brown and thinner than oil. You'll find it mid-vehicle under the passenger compartment. Brake fluid varies from clear to amber and feels watery, often leaking near the wheels or brakes. Lastly, power steering fluid resembles transmission fluid in color, being red or amber, and leaks at the front steering components. These identifiers align with the SAE Mobilis RMS 02 standards. Ignoring leaks? Well, that can lead to some serious consequences. An engine oil leak starts with immediate oil spots and that unmistakable burning smell. Within about 30 days, you'll notice engine noise increasing by 15 to 20 decibels, as noted in AS studies, due to pistons scuffing from oil starvation. If neglected long-term, you risk a complete engine seizure within 3,000 miles. The NHTSA actually links 23% of engine failures to ignored oil leaks, and don't forget, repair costs can skyrocket by 20 times. Think about a $300 gasket replacement versus a $6,000 or more engine rebuild. Now, let's talk about transmission fluid leaks. These often show up as gear slippage. Over time, metal-on-metal grinding can destroy clutches within just a few weeks. Total failure might occur around 1,500 miles, with repairs costing 10 times more. We're talking a $200 seal versus a $4,000 transmission replacement. Ignoring these signs can lead to costly repairs and dangerous driving conditions. Repair costs can multiply rapidly when leaks are ignored. Take engine oil, for instance. Neglecting it can turn a $150 to $400 gasket job into a $4,000 to $8,000 engine replacement. That's a whopping 20 times the cost. Coolant leaks, on the other hand, can escalate from a simple $100 to $300 hose repair to a $3,000 to $5,500 engine work. That's 15 times more. And don't forget transmission leaks. They can jump from a $200 to $500 seal fix to a $3,000 to $5,000 rebuild, which is 10 times the initial cost. Brake fluid neglect? It can increase costs eightfold, from a $100 to $400 caliper repair to an $800 to $1,500 ABS module. And power steering repairs? They can grow 7 times, from a $120 to $350 hose replacement to a $1,200 to $2,500 rack replacement. Safety risks and failure probabilities, they really vary by fluid. Brake fluid leaks, for example, pose fatal safety risks with a 95% failure probability within 60 days. Engine oil and coolant leaks, they carry high safety risks too, with 80% and 75% failure probabilities within 90 and 45 days respectively. Now, transmission and power steering leaks present medium risks with 60% and 50% failure likelihoods within 120 and 90 days. This is all according to the ASE Failure Analysis Database of 2023. Alright, so here are 3 immediate actions you should take. First, slide some white paper under the leak overnight to identify the fluid color. Second, go ahead and test the brakes with the engine running. If the pedal sinks after 3 presses, you might want to suspect brake fluid loss. Third, check those dipsticks weekly. A 10% fluid level drop indicates a critical leak. And never drive if you see red fluid under the wheels, as that's a brake failure risk. If you notice sweet-smelling steam with a red temperature gauge, that's a sign of imminent engine damage. And oil puddles larger than a dinner plate, well, that's catastrophic lubrication loss. Now let's talk about leak progression. It follows predictable paths. Oil leaks can lead to low pressure and eventually engine seizure. Coolant leaks might cause overheating and a blown head gasket. Brake fluid leaks result in pressure loss and brake failure. Transmission leaks can cause gear slippage and a torque converter meltdown. And power steering leaks? They can lead to pump cavitation and steering lockup. According to NHTSA and AS data, addressing minor leaks immediately can prevent 80% of major breakdowns. Remember, a $5 gasket today can prevent an $8,000 engine tomorrow. Ignoring fluid leaks is like ignoring a bleeding artery. Delay guarantees system collapse.